Video right here is for the independent artists out there. I want to help you get a better understanding of the music business so that you're able to navigate this thing and get the most out of it as possible. So first I got to start with something that's very important. And I see this a real big misunderstanding in the industry about artists actually paying for services. Let me break this down to you. The music business is actually a business. So guess what? When you become an artist, it's like you're going into business for yourself. And I know a lot of you, you're not used to that. You don't have any business acumen. You don't understand business. You've been an employee for a very long time. So you don't have an idea of the way you should go about going into business for yourselves or the things that's required of you. So one of the things I'm going to explain to you is, and I'm going to break it down to simple, when you start a business in the real world, in which the music business is the same thing. It's a real business model, it's a real business. Just like if you go open up a shoe store, a clothing store, a spa, a gym, these are all businesses. And in the beginning of getting these businesses started, you have to pay for everything. You got to pay for the toilet paper. You got to pay for the doormats. You got to pay for the furniture. You got to pay for the products. You got to pay people to work for you. You got to pay people to come do the decorations if you need decorations done and remodeling. You got to pay for the electricity. You got to pay for everything. But one thing about an entrepreneur and an entrepreneur understands is this is principle. This is business. This is what you have to do when you decide that you want to go into business for yourself. You have to be prepared to pay for everything. And unless you want to be an employee, employees don't have to worry about these bills. They just show up and work. And if they do a good job, then they get paid. But guess what? The music industry right now, there's nobody hardly hiring. There's hardly no record labels looking, that's signing people like that anymore like they used to. They signing people, but just not like they used to. So you don't have employers like that anymore. So now you have an industry full of artists that is left to fend for themselves and also support themselves and have to level up to understand business so that they can go about conducting business properly so that they can get what they need out of this music industry. Now, when you don't understand business principles, when you don't understand business in general, then it's going to be very difficult for you to understand when you have to pay everybody and when you have to pay for everything. And that's what entrepreneurs do. Entrepreneurs don't cry about paying everybody because guess what? In the end, the entrepreneur is the one that makes the biggest profit. So guess what? In the beginning, you're going to have to pay for those things to get off the ground. And apart from all of the other things that I named that the business owner will have to invest into to get the business off the ground, they also, after they've done all that, they got to invest into marketing and advertisement, and so that people can actually know that they have a business that has products or services that, can be useful to them. But without marketing, the proper marketing and promotion, this store, this product, this service is going to be ignored by people because they don't know what to expect. So guess what? I want to say this to the independent artists out there is not to be afraid or feel some kind of way when you are told that you have to pay for things. Because this is the music business. And when you run across real service providers and people in this business who make a difference, they have a price attached to them because that's their service price. People put in years in this business to gain networks, to gain relationships, experience, the know-how. So they don't do all of this to work for people for free. You understand me? When you run into valuable people, you need to be prepared to ask them how much are they going to charge you. Stop stepping to people and saying, hey, I have a project. What's your email? Because guess what? That's a dead giveaway that you don't understand anything about business and that you came as an employee to a business where you're expected to be an entrepreneur. So guess what? And you guys got to step up. Stop expecting people to step down when you're saying things like, believe in me, and people don't believe in me. You shouldn't charge me because of this. My music is good. We're both going to benefit from this. An experienced marketer or promoter, they don't benefit from you blowing up from their services for free. They benefit from you paying them, and in return, they give you a service that's going to benefit you, and now you don't owe anybody anything, and they don't owe you anything. Everything was already taken care of. So guess what? We need to get past, and we need to get you guys, because what's happening is the charts is disappearing with urban and especially independent artists, because now we enter the age where misinformation has all the artists thinking that it's wrong for them to pay for things, and that it should be some type of slack cut on them so that they don't have to pay for everything. That is not business. When you come into any business as an entrepreneur, you don't look for slack. You don't look for people to give you a handout. You look, because guess what? You're looking to make all the money, and you can't make all the money when you owe people. When people have done things for you for free, because then that's when that comeback where, hey, y'all remember what I did for you? It's because of what I did. You owe me. But no, when you took care of your responsibility, when you took care of your bill, you don't owe anybody anything. You understand me? So this is where we need to shift this industry now into understanding, into independent artists, understanding that I have to do business now. I'm expected to be an entrepreneur. No more putting on the diapers. You feel me? Expecting someone to come clean me up when I poop on myself. No more of that. Now it's time to step it up. Now it's time to become an adult in the game and start understanding that you need to learn the actual business of music so that you're not stepping to people the wrong way, so that you're not stepping to people and you're looking like someone that needs a donation, like someone that just come from out of the Salvation Army and looking for sympathy. No, this is not the sympathy game right now. This is the do it yourself. And if you're going to do it yourself, you got to be strong. You got to be resilient. You got to be ready to go. And if you're operating in the mindset of an employee, you're not ready right now. You're not ready to go to your next level like you think you are, because you're looking for help. You're looking for sympathy. You're looking for someone to say, hey, come on up here. I'm going to help you in the industry past that point right now. It's now all about doing it yourself. You're going to have to compete with the majors, right now. So the only way you're going to do that is if you learn that you got to break bread. You got to pay people. You got the industry. They told you to do it yourself. Meanwhile, they went out and hired people. They hired people. They got teams. They might have cut down on their staff because they don't need as many people as they used to, but they still have help. And you need the same thing. But they did not get free help, and so will you not get any either. They had to pay, and so will you have to pay in this new industry. This is not the old industry. They're going to tell you that TikTok and all of these different things is the way and the reason and to go viral. But how many artists do you see in your newsfeed going viral on a daily basis? I don't see many of them at all, because the algorithms don't prioritize talent like that. And a lot of people just don't want to see it. You understand me? Unless it's something that triggered them about it, and which I'm going to go into in my next video and teach you guys how a lot of these people actually went viral. You understand me? And what they did, and why viral can be a trick. Sometimes it can be like an illusion. But I'm going to talk about that more in my next video. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be dropping a lot of good knowledge on here for independent artists to help you guys, and labels, PRs, managers, everybody in the business, not just the independent artists. I'm talking to everybody in this business. Subscribe right now.